Good morning. It's a little early. Thank you for being here. I actually have to go be with my kids at St. Sophia. Not that you all are not my kids also. We're fathers to everybody. But that's why we started so early this morning. But you're all here, and you heard the gospel reading, right? Okay? So, a little, and especially for, 9:15 in the morning, a little bit of a terrifying gospel reading. No, because you're tired. No, so what was the gospel reading about? Who can tell? It just happened. I just read it in English. Yeah. That's a really good guess, how we help each other. Like in 80% of the circumstances, you would be right. But actually, this morning's gospel was about Jesus casting out a demon out of a person. Yes. Oh my gosh. See, that's why I said it was scary, especially for 9 o'clock in the morning. Right? So, you're confused. When you go home, how is the demon just inside of someone? That's a really good question. That's actually what we're going to talk about, right? So, before Christ came into the world, this was actually really, really common. And the way it happened was because people were disconnected from the holiness, the light, the love that is in Christ. They actually, in some way, consent to the demons coming inside. And the way that they consent is by being awful to each other, right? By stealing from each other, by hitting each other, killing each other, and other things, right? These are what we call sins. They're not just, boxes that if we don't, check this box, if I haven't, hit anybody, if I haven't gotten really angry at somebody or something, I'm a good kid, right? That's not wrong. But those things are the things that separate us from loving each other. Does that make sense? Right? When you hit or punch somebody, are you being loving? Right. And then you feel bad. Well, you feel bad after, right? Some other people don't. Right? It's because when you keep doing these things, when you keep separating yourself, when we keep separating ourselves from the love of Christ and the God's love that fuels us to love everybody else, then those things, stealing, violence, and other horrible things become more and more normal to us, right? And so that's how it's possible for a demon to come in. That's our consent, because the demons are the ones tempting us to do those things. The good news is that, as we heard in the gospel, and if you didn't hear it, read it with your parents when you go back home, again, all they need to even do is be somewhere near the presence of Christ and they will flee. So at the beginning it says Jesus came into the country and he came close to this man. And the man with the demon was speaking, he was controlling him, saying, "What do you have to do with me? Don't torment me." So if we work on being loving to one another, being kind, going out of our way to help one another, then we open ourselves up more and more to the life of Christ. And especially when we feel sorry for the bad things we do, we acknowledge them, we ask for forgiveness, right? From each other, and also from God in confession. And we come and receive communion that has his life in us. So, when you reread the gospel, don't be scared, because there's nothing to be afraid of from demons if we have Christ in us and we live his life of love. Okay? All right. God bless you, and we'll continue with the liturgy.